Good morning, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you have found some ways to spark joy in your own life and to give it away by shifting toward noticing and mindful attention to how and when joy is available and taking the time to mindfully experience it with your whole body, mind, and spirit. Gratefully, I have a sense you're going to enjoy experiencing your capacity for joy growing strong. Joy is one of several attitudes of the mind that are central to the mindful transformation of mental process and heart response. Joy is one of these, and there are four. The one that we'll focus on today is known as befriending. The shift from aversion, wanting something to just go away, from aversion to befriending and welcoming is the most radical shift of anyone who is practicing mindfulness. Befriending involves being curious, friendly, and kind. In essence, establishing a relationship of caring curiosity with every aspect of our experience. And in that beginner's mind, asking, what is this I'm feeling? What goodness is in this period of suffering for me? Befriending is a friendly kind of heartfulness that infuses our thinking and therefore our actions. A way of being that is all-inclusive, ending all of our experience, whether it is pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And the underlying intentionality is to uproot ill will with the cultivation of generosity, gratitude, and care. And last thought before we sit, the enemy of befriending is what we might call conditional kindness, extending kindness only to what we like and denying it to what we don't, which generates ill will, resentment, and judgment. So let us be seated with the practice of befriending today, allowing yourself to settle into the natural rhythm of your breath, wherever it is moving in your body. Making friends with your breath and placing no judgment. If it is shallow, then thank it for being present and shallow. If it is full, if it hurts or feels good in your body someplace, to take that full breath. Be aware and say welcome. Welcome, my breath. Breathing gently. Welcoming. Bring to mind some ways today that you might befriend your breath. Sitting quietly with it for just a few moments and settling into it. Or breathing harder as you exert yourself, getting through physical work. Noticing your breathing as you think hard to find solutions or ways of responding to a difficult situation that is coming up. And breathing. Breathing in, I welcome my breath, and I reflect on all that it does for me, moment by moment, day in and day out. Asleep or awakened, I am grateful for its presence. Breathing out, I know I am opening space for the next breath so that it comes in easily and I can welcome it. Breathing in, full. Breathing out, empty. Welcoming. Breathing gently. And now bring to mind a way of responding in your life where you felt conditional kindness, extending kindness to what you like and pulling back from what you don't like. It might be an attitude inside yourself. It might be an inconsiderate action of someone else, which is certainly a judgment on their behavior that will rob you of befriending. Who do they think they are anyway? It could be an experience of pain, of body, mind, or spirit with which you struggle right now, and you really want it to go away. Maybe you even bargain with yourself. I'll be kind to myself if. I'll be kind to you when what you do is pleasing to me. Bring to mind a situation from this last week where you experienced conditional kindness. Just let one come to mind. It's there. We all do it every day in our minds. Conditional approval, conditional kindness, conditional resentment. And when you find a situation in your life, bring it to your mind in a vivid way. Hear the words. Put yourself in that picture, in that image of what has recently happened, where you felt conditional kindness. And as you sit with this memory, ask yourself the question, how could I begin to befriend this situation, this person, this attitude or pain within myself? How could I begin? And say inside yourself this one way of welcome. My dear resentment, I know you well. And mindfully observe what triggers that feeling. What kind of circumstances trigger it? What judgments or bargains do you make in your head? After all I've done for him, he treats me this way? I've done everything right to take care of this problem, and it just gets worse. Welcome, my dear resentment. Sometimes it's useful to give that resentment a face or an image, like a dark cloud or something else in nature. What does it look like? Where do you feel it in your body, that resentment, and where does your mind go? These are questions to take into your mindful practice as you welcome that resentment and ask it and thank it for being willing to show you what it is that is so deeply disturbing to you. Lack of control, hurt feelings. What? And why? Resentments will only reveal themselves at depth to us once we welcome them. I used to think I didn't have any. Well, that's because I was so busy justifying in my own mind why my judgments were correct, that I was blind to it. Developing the ability to befriend does not mean that we have to like the painful or the difficult. Not at all. That is a familiar misunderstanding. Instead, we're learning to stand near to it and befriend it without being overwhelmed, free to explore the difficulty. Befriending is the beginning of accepting our vulnerability. We are vulnerable human beings, and we hurt. We are befriending human beings, and in that, we no longer need to defend ourselves. We can see clearly all aspects of a situation if we spend time with it, and the resentment simply begins to dissolve in that deeper understanding. So find a resentment and practice with it, my friends. All this is just theory until you do. Go befriend today. Namaste. Amen.